Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode here on my survival world. Let me just clean up this thumbnail material. But last episode, we got our Froglight farm running, and they make a really weird noise when you dig them. I didn't even know. They kind of sound like stone, but also like slime. It's really weird. But anyways, we're not going into the nether this episode. I have plans here in the overworld of things we need to get done. So I'm sure you guys will appreciate a break from all the nether stuff. Hello, Moose. How are you doing today? Moose is happy. Yeah. Alright, and we're starting today's episode down here at the wall behind me, not the field. We're gonna ignore this path like forever. Not actually. I'm gonna get that done eventually. But we're actually working here today in this area. There are two things I want to get done. One, I've finally come up with a design for this area here, and I actually really like the way it looks. So we're going to be building that. But first, we are going to be building a storage room along inside this wall. And in fact, if I grab my pickaxe, it's not that one. It's this one. You can see I've already actually dug out the space for it. And you guys didn't even know. It's crazy. You'll be seeing the time lapse for this space right about now, but I can still talk over it because it's fancy like that because I know how to edit. But yeah, this storage space, did I say storage space? It's for storage. We're going to have a whole bunch of bulk sorting in here. We're going to have space for cobblestone and dirt, and we're going to have slots for all of the woods. And the thing is, I designed this storage room before they announced cherry wood. But now there's cherrywood in the game, coming in 1.20, and this storage system is not big enough to support more wood types. I didn't think they would add more wood. I was like, oh yeah, they've got, the 9 wood types. You got birch, oak, spruce, dark oak, acacia, mangrove. Did I miss one? I missed one. I'm going kind of crazy now. Jungle, that's the last one. Oak, dark oak, jungle, acacia, birch, spruce, mangrove, warped, and crimson. And now they're adding cherry. So I don't have the space here because this is going to be a door. There's going to be a door up there. There's going to be a door here, obviously. So I need to make this actually bigger. And I have a new idea that pushes it back another layer, adds in more space for more things, which is always good. As long as there's nothing on the other side of this wall that I will regret, because I don't know how close I am to the outside of the cave. But anyways, that's what we're going to do first. The thing is, though, I don't have any of the materials for this, so I'm going to have to grab some of those, and then we can start going with this beautiful build. So I was reading up online about ways to repair tools because I was trying to see if it's more efficient to combine a tool with a tool or a tool with an ingot for repairing. And I read somewhere online that you can actually use the grindstone for this, and I don't know if this is actually true. I don't use the grindstone a whole lot, and I didn't actually know. But they said it doesn't cost levels. Repair. Does this get rid of... Oh, that's true. You just can't do it, because that would get rid of everything. So that's nice, but like, what's the purpose of this if I could just do this? Like, it feels like a really useless feature. Like, I don't understand. I guess, okay, I figured it out. The reason you would use this instead of this is because this doesn't give you levels. You lose everything for a regular diamond axe. But if I were to do it here, like this, I would get the levels back. So that's why you would actually do this. So it's not a useless... It's not a useless feature. It makes sense, but I will never use it. I'm sorry. So here's the other question. 9 levels. How much levels does it take for this? Yeah, okay, so it's definitely cheaper to do it this way. I have been doing it this way. It was probably a mistake. So I guess we're going to do combining from now on. Because that's 10, that's 9. It's the same number of diamonds. Alright, good to know for the future. If you want to repair your tools, repair them in bulk. Alright, so with all that out of the way now, I can finally show you guys what we've got going on in here in the storage room. You can see I put my new frog lights to good use here to light up the area, and that means I can probably get rid of most of these torches. But I just kind of got the basic frame of everything here. I don't have the roof yet, but everything else is in place, the floors and most of the walls. We're going to have to put some barrels in these spots, and then these spots are for chests. And one of the things that drives me crazy, if I can show you real quick, also yes, this is a lot of chests. One of the things that drives me crazy is when people do storage systems like this, and they have their sign with the label on front, and it's like, that's a pretty big hitbox to try and avoid, especially because a chest is smaller than a normal block. I don't like this, and so instead of doing this, we're doing this. And so these top floor ones will be 9 chests per item, and then these bottom, we're going to do it like this, and it will be 3 chests per item. Except the top section is single items, and these are categories. So there's going to be like, this is for tools, this is for armors, this is for oak wood related things. So like, for example, oh, this is going to be a crafting table, by the way. For example, if this is the oak wood slot, we're going to have oak wood logs, oak wood fences, oak boats, oak chest, there's no oak chest yet, oak signs, you know, all those things. So that's the plan for that. I'm going to put some barrels down. Barrels. Boop, 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 boop. Put it there. Why is it? There you go. That was weird hitbox issues. Alright, and then crafting table. Bam. Ooh, look at that, it tells you. So the crafting table was actually supposed to be here, but I decided I wanted to put it here instead, so that's why it's telling me the schematic thing in the top corner. Oh, I didn't know you could actually do that. That makes this so much easier. I don't have to be standing like this. I can just do this. And it connects. Literally saves my life. I don't have to dig blocks out anymore, although admittedly it's a bit late for that. Alright, and almost all the chests are down. And back here in the corner we actually have a few more things we need to add. There's going to be over here a smithing table and a fletching table, and over here we're going to have a cartography table and a loom. And this should complete our set. This doesn't have any uses yet, obviously, but that has a use, that has a use, and that has a use. And I'm going to leave the other things for other rooms. But for now, this is great because we can do everything right here. We got crafting, we got repairing, upgrading, we got maps and banners. And that's the point. This is like the hub of stuff. And now we need to get these frames up. I believe these are glows, and then these are all regulars. And the reason why those ones up there are glows is just because it's dark up in this corner, and the things that go there are not super bright, so it's kind of hard to see them unless it's a glowing item frame. Alright, so now that all this is set up, it's starting to look a bit more full in here, but we still have to get the roof done. And I actually have an unusual design scheme that you probably will never actually see in any videos other than this one, because A, it's too dark up there, and B, I'll be looking like this most of the time. So you're not going to actually be able to see the top unless I'm coming in for like a frame. But there's going to be black stone here in this section, and on this section in sort of like a slope, and there's going to be some rib supports as well made out of it, and then this top section is going to be leaves. I tried for a long time to come up with a good design, but the natural colors of the leaves when they're green, you know, like leaves are green because that's their color, it looks good with that color. So I'm doing it. Like I said, it's not going to be crazy bright, and I'm going to put lanterns in these holes just to provide a little bit of light. And there's also going to be some green wool backing so that you can see green through the leaves, because otherwise you'd see the gray through the leaves, and I don't want that. But anyways, we're going to get that done, and then we can move on to the next project, which will be over there. Alright, so I've got everything in here all finished up. It's kind of hard to see like I said it would be, but there's leaves. I got lanterns like I said, deep slate like I said, and I've also got all of the items in the frames, and all the chests are down, and everything is ready to go. We can use this starting right now, but I won't, because there's other things I need to show you. But I will tell you where everything goes. So this will be, I believe, terracotta. So terracotta and glazed terracotta will be here. This is all glass. This is deep slate. We got 2 stones. We've got 2 cobblestones. This one's dirts, and this one is other dirts as well. So this is like coarse dirt, rooted dirt, regular dirt, podzol, grass blocks. That's all this stuff. Here we have red sandstone. You can see, whoop. This one is regular sandstone. And then we've got nether blocks, we got black stone, we've got concrete, we've got tuff. This is kind of like miscellaneous stones, so tuff and calcite will go in this, along with other stones, if they add any more, or if there are more that I forgot about. And then here we have simply andesite, diorite, and granite for those 3. And of course these are all like all the slabs and all the stairs and all the walls, and regular and non-polished and all that stuff, all in one place. Here we've got light blocks, we've got workstation blocks, so crafting tables, fletching tables, composters, stuff like that will go here. That includes anvils as well. We've got prismarine stuff. I only have prismarine shards yet, so I used that. So this will be all the C prismarine stuff. We've got wool for these 3. This is quartz. This is redstone components. These are tools. This is gear. These are potions and bottles. We've got animal drops. We have food, and we have flowers. And over on the other side, we've got oak, birch, spruce, jungle, dark oak, acacia, crimson, warped, mangrove. This will be cherry when it gets added. Then we also have mushrooms. So mushroom blocks, mushroom stems, along with regular mushrooms, and maybe stews if I feel like it. And then this is mossy, azalea, lushy stuff. So anything that's from the Caves and Cliffs update with like the lush biome, that goes here. Because I'm going to have a lot of azalea trees and bushes and stuff and hanging roots. That's all going to go here. And that's everything in here, if I'm not mistaken. And anything that's not in one of these categories, which is pretty much everything, I'll just keep those in separate storage areas. Now, that's not the only thing I did. I kind of got carried away because I was going to record yesterday, but I wasn't able to record yesterday. So I just decided to pick a subject and start building. And I didn't do this. This is still not done yet, but we will do that today as well. But I did do all of this. And I know I said I wouldn't do any of the pathing in the farm, but I changed my mind and I just did it. But it's not done yet. It needs to go that way. And also I need to do that section over there. But the majority of this half of the farm is done, and it will stay like the way it is right now for the rest of forever. So things I did. There was a mound here, an additional layer higher, like that, over here, and I flattened that, so that's flat now. I changed the shape of this edge here. It used to stick out way more like this, and I pushed it all back. And that made room for this really cool wall that I have here. And I'll get a little bit closer so you can see. And there's a few other changes that I made. For example, I don't have any more examples. I forgot. But yeah, this wheat... Oh, you know, I have this handy-dandy farm work map that I made to keep track of what things look like from above. If I just step a little bit back, you can see, if I use my cursor here, if my cursor is not visible to you guys right now, then I'm sorry. But the path used to actually go this way, and then right here, it would take a really sharp turn and then go straight down. So it was basically just this shape. I smoothed out the entire curve, so it's much more gradual now, and it feels really good now. We've got lamp posts where there are no lights because I couldn't do that in the middle of this. So I used these lamp posts instead. We've got fences lining the way, but the fences aren't all connected. There are some breaks and gaps, and I like that. We've also got handy dandy secrets. I needed to water this top section here, so I just stuffed the water into the composter. But this is like a little wheelbarrow, and I've got a couple of these spread around. Over there, I have a plow, and I'm going to actually show you this. Most of these things are designs that I found online, but I made this on my own. And it's like an old-timey plow. So what you'd do is you'd sit up here, you'd have your horse up there, and then you'd have reins, and you'd be able to control them, and you'd drive the plow from here. And I saw the pictures of it online, and I was like, this is exactly what I want. So that's what I went for. And of course, you can't have farmland under trapdoors or iron bars or stuff like that. So I had to use Podzol. I am now out of Podzol, by the way, so we're going to have to get more of that in the future. Coming back this way, we have a bunch of hay bales. This one's wrapped up and ready to go, and there's this little wagon that we could put some hay on, maybe. Maybe not, it's not that big, but I didn't have a lot of space over here, so I went for a decently moderate size. And I used mangrove wood. Aside from the trapdoors, there's mangrove slabs here. It just adds a little bit of shading to the bottom, and I like that. This is the wall, of course. Here's some more terrace farms, and this was not here. Originally, this curve was pushed back to like here. It was a much tighter area here, and then it just went straight across. But I actually made it curve out, so now there's this huge extra additional space here. It's so good. It's much more open now, a lot less hilly, and I like that. And then the path just goes up here all the way to the end, and this is where it stops for now, but I will have it split that way and that way. Obviously, this is the path to the slime chunks, which I've had this sign here forever. That will go to the other area, which will eventually go back to the monument. And I will have a signpost here with hanging signs from the new update when that comes around to guide you and tell you where things are, because I can. And I have another, this is basically what it's going to look like. I don't have hanging sign there and there. This one is going to have one pointing left, and there's going to be a path going to the right here. You can see I've already got a little staircase set up, and this is just going to kind of wind its way through here and hook up to the bridge that I've got built way over there. You can't actually see it from here. Right there. The path is going to hook up to there and then continue off that way or wherever. So that's the plan with that, and that's probably going to get done later. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it with this episode as well. Who knows? I'm a man of surprise. I've also got some grass and tall grass, and I actually wanted to use ferns for this build, but I don't have a single fern. And I went looking for like an hour trying to find a mega taiga biome so I could grab a fern, and I didn't find anything. So that was a complete waste of my time. Yeah, so that's everything that I did, and it looks great, and I am loving the way this is so far. Ugh, I can't wait to get the other path. The only problem that I'm feeling is this is a bit wide, and I like that it's wide here because it's open, but the problem is we don't have a lot of space going out this way. It gets very thin here. Of course, one of the plans is I want to... Oh, not one of you shits again. Die, die, die. Thank you. Drink my milk bucket. This is why you always keep a milk bucket on you guys. And that's another banner to add to the collection. Also, why is he the only pillager that's here? Like, did anyone else find that weird? Hello? I don't know, that's weird. There are no other pillagers except for that one. Anyways, yeah, this area here is going to get flattened out and converted into farmland as well, so that I have a bit more farm space, so it doesn't feel so narrow right in here. Also, I broke my ender chest, like so many times when I was building this. I kept digging it up with the wrong pickaxe, because I had, I believe it is the stripper I was using, and I kept breaking my ender chest like an idiot. Another banner to the collection. The banner collection... Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Yeah, why are my banners invisible? I just noticed that. Is my game having problems? What if I do that? Okay, what if I do this? I think my game... Yeah, my game just crashed. Something was funky going on there. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, my game is crashed, so give me a second to reload. Alright, I think we're back, and I think everything is working. You can see all my banners are here again. And also, you can see that my choice of placement was kind of shit, because now I've got like 3 banners all in the same spot. So I think I'll actually move this somewhere else. Right over here sounds nice. So there's also one more thing that I need to discuss, which is scary that this has already happened, but Terraformer is on its last leg. This is the first tool that we've actually run all the way to the death. So, as some of you may know, if you watched my first episode, pretty much the whole reason why I started this series is because I was inspired by a YouTuber who goes by the name of DallasMed65. And in his survival world that he plays, he doesn't use mending. Instead, he uses tools until they can no longer be repaired, and then he retires them. And I actually love that idea so much, because mending is overrated. It makes the game too easy, and it devalues diamonds like you wouldn't even believe it. Like, I would never use any of these diamonds ever again if I had mending. I would just keep getting more diamonds. I wouldn't even mine anymore. I would just stop mining, because who needs to mine if you can just repair everything for free? So I refuse to use mending as well. Officially starting today. Well, not starting today, but starting when I started this world. So this tool, when it reaches, like, I don't know, 10 durability or whatever, it will be retired, and I will put it in a chest or on a wall or something. Maybe I'll hang it somewhere special because it's the first retired tool. And then we'll never use it ever again. That's it. It's the end of the tool. I'll have to make a new shovel, make new gear. So that keeps things interesting. It also makes diamonds actually valuable, because you actually have to go mining every once in a while to get more diamonds, because otherwise you're going to run out. Like ironwood or, copper or gold or other things. So what the heck was that? I just saw some nasty popping right here. I don't know what that was about. Maybe I'm just losing it again. I need to chop down some of these walls and push things back, because this room needs to be wider. The roof needs to be a little bit higher, but it can't be too much higher, because we have a ceiling right here. And if you didn't know, this is just one slab thick here. That's why these are slabs, is because I don't have the space. You can see here this hole. This is just, that's the ceiling. That's the ceiling. That's the ceiling. So I can't really dig any higher, or else I will run into problems. So it was actually quite a stretch of my brain muscles to come up with a design that fit in this space. But I've got something, and it's good, and it's got fire. Ooh. So we're going to build it. I officially declare this entrance open. Ta-da! It's done. It's all done, and it fits, and it's everything, and I actually had a few blocks. Apparently, I didn't put a stone block there, but that doesn't matter because it's done! And you can see it's actually really simple. But it fits the theme, and it looks nice. So we've got these soul torches to set the mood lighting as you come in, and these humongous supporting pillars for no reason. They're useless. I guess you could say maybe it supports this top section here, but then, like, there's nothing over there. So I don't know. I make things up as I go. But yeah, it's gray. I love gray. Um, this bottom section is intended to not have a lot of color. I'm sure a lot of people were wondering, like, oh wow, this hallway is really gray. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it's gray. Because it's like the dungeon area. So it's supposed to be lots of gray. And in future, when I do other builds in this similar style, there will be more color than this. But this is the dungeony area, so it's gray. And I haven't actually gotten to filling up the storage room yet, but I did add this little front entrance design with some darker colors in it. I tucked some soul torches, soul lanterns in the corner, I should say. That's just so you can actually tell where it is when you're standing in the hallway. You can see there's a little bit of extra light right there, and that just kind of, it helps me, like, oh yeah, this is where I stop. And then on the inside, I put some stripped spruce little supporting things next to the doors. And I think I did the same down there. Yeah, there's just a little bit of stripped spruce on that door. And also on this one. So the episode title is going to be Spring Cleaning. I came up with the title, and I've already made the thumbnail, and the video's not even done being made yet, which is hilarious. I've never done that before. But yeah, we're going to have to start loading some of our items into here because we have a massive storage problem going on upstairs, and it's a bit of a chest monster, really. So yeah, we started with these 4 chests in our bedroom here with Braxton, and these are kind of just full of a bunch of random junk. And then we've got our wall of heads, which is rapidly running out of room. Also, we've got right here a rare head. I didn't notice until recently. That's a piglin head. But piglins actually have their own heads now in 1.20, or maybe it's already in 1.19.4. I don't know. So this is actually a really rare find because we won't be able to get it anymore once the new update comes out. So I'm going to have to put that in a very safe, secure place. We've got a bunch more chests up here full of just random junk. I've got pickaxes in here. Bunch of garbage that needs to get sorted out. And then this I actually cleaned out recently. You remember I had like a bunch of chests like here. Those all got emptied. But we still have a problem with cobblestone storage because I actually have all of these full, plus another double chest of cobblestone outside in that collection. And I also have 2 double chests of cobblestone at the slime farm that I still haven't brought over because I have too much of it. But I need it all. Hello, PETA. PETA! No. So yeah, if we come outside in the weird way, this is how I leave, by the way. I drop down into the fence because you don't take fall damage. Secret things I'm not allowed to show you. More secret things I'm not allowed to show you. That's just our bone meal setup. And over here are the 4 chests, and there's just cobblestone and other sort of junk in here. And like I said, there's more chests over there, and we've got 2 chests over here preparing for the eventual future gold farm. And trying to put all the stuff away from this project was a pain because I had the chests just spread out on the ground out here and in the hallway. But we've cleaned it all up, and I just kind of shoved them in the random chests for now. But in between episodes, I'm going to start moving things over to the bulk storage down here and emptying out the top of the house. And the eventual, maybe like 5-episode, 5-step plan, I guess you could say, is to move out of the house and down into the dungeons for the next few episodes, I guess. This is the starter base. Down there is the starter base Mach 2, and we're going to start fitting out the dungeon area with more and more useful things that we can use. Because this house is great, but it is not big enough to hold everything that we need. And one last point I want to make while I'm still with you guys is this space down here, which is the floor beneath the dungeon. The dungeon is right above us. Well, it's over there. It's to the right, right above us. It's right through that wall, actually. It's like 2 blocks through that wall. This place is great, and I love it, but it looks awful when you look this way. This way, it looks great. This way is awful. This room needs to get a redecoration. It is bland. It does not have a roof. I want to spruce this place up a bit. maybe make it a bit mossy. This is like the sewer hub. So my plan is to eventually maybe put more sewer things in here that go in other directions and stuff and connect to other places. And the villager trading hall, I have not actually touched since we first built it. I still have the same villagers in the setup. None of them have jobs, and the villagers aren't breeding anymore, and none of the redstone actually works. And there's no zombie. The zombie's supposed to be down here. So we need to finish this up, and that will probably be next episode. I've got a lot of stuff planned for this room, but it is a shice ton of redstone. Oh, there's scaffolding in here. I didn't know I left scaffolding behind. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we need to do to fit this room up, and also I think this is too many villager slots, so the room might get shrunken a little bit. But that's gonna be not tomorrow, because that's not how this works. It'll be next time's episode. So stick around if you want to see some messy spaghetti redstone as I try to completely automate the villager process for good. But that's going to be the end of this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I somehow managed to start and finish recording this episode all in the same week, which never ever happens. So I'll hopefully be able to get this out to you on Monday. Today is Friday, so that should be fine. But anyways, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Yes, her indeed. And that's when I find out I didn't hit the